I have switched back to my warp version of my Stormweaver, primarily because I decided to make some changes to my Atlas passive because I figured that it was the number of monsters on the screen that was getting me killed, not necessarily the technique itself. And so I more or less took away some of these, well, I took down some of the modifiers because, you know, the more those certain modifiers that were getting me killed are effective, the worse that they are. I've also decreased some of the pack size here. I was doing it primarily because I was trying to increase my waystone drop, which it doesn't really feel like it's actually doing anything. I don't really feel like I'm getting any more waystones, but I am noticing that my survivability is quite a bit better because there's just not so many monsters on the screen, and it reduces the chances that something is actually going to hit me. And when you reduce it, it's just like the whole evasion and deflection thing. If you can reduce the number, or if you can reduce the possibility of, you know, things actually hitting you, then you live longer. Just kind of the way that it works. So I decided to go ahead and just stick with what we have here. And now I can use this much faster build to just get through maps much more quickly. And I think overall I'm probably making about the same amount of currency when you take a look at the, you know. Oh, I had a map on me. Oh, that's fine. I can't.
I guess it's worth
okay.
that.
Not sure why there was some kind of crazy lag there. I would imagine I'm probably making about the same amount of currency either way. Now, the problem is that the build doesn't work as well because there's fewer monsters on the screen, which means fewer chances to get a critical hit, which means the cast on crit energy bar doesn't go up nearly as fast as it was going because, you know, you're just not dealing out critical hits as much. It's a compromise. Everything in life is a compromise, and everything in this game is a compromise, and I'm choosing to not die every 5 seconds. I don't say every 5 seconds, but, you know, we were dying quite a lot. Because, you know, you get unlucky, you get stuck in the middle of something, and then, you know, you have white mobs taking out half your life, even though you have over 6,000 or 7,000 freaking energy shield, because they haven't balanced the monsters in the game yet, the damage they output. And then you get random waystone modifiers that just drastically amp up even just basic mobs, which, I don't know. I think they need to adjust it so that, you know, only some mobs get juiced by these things, not everything. So that you're not having to, like, walk on eggshells just because you picked a map and it wasn't necessarily favorable to the build that you have. I really don't think that certain like modifiers on waystones should determine whether you're going to do that map. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to just hop into a map, and then some maps are a little harder in one way and a little bit harder in another way. You're still getting decent rewards out of it because, you know, you're choosing to juice your map. I don't know. Those of you who have a more hardcore mindset are going to be like, dude, just suck it up, get it done. Yeah, you can do that. I don't want to. This is supposed to be fun, not rage-inducing, and sometimes it is. So you can see, like, we're not getting the screen-wide arc clears that we were getting, or I don't even want to say arc clears. We're not getting the screen-wide arc procs that we were getting before because we're not able to fill the bar up like we used to, you know. So it's fine. I can live with it. Then when we get to something like this, where there's high density of monsters, then that's when the build really shines. When you get into a place where you got a lot of stuff happening, then you get the arcs happening. It spreads out, primes everybody for death, and then you can just teleport around and kill everything. So most of the time, you know, when you saw it before, you saw us kind of like zipping around, teleporting around the screen, which looks really cool. But it's extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous to be zipping around the map that way with no control, not able to see the ground or see anything that's happening, and just reducing the mob density a little bit has made a drastic difference in my survivability because now, you know, I'm not just having random things come out of nowhere and just pop me to death, which is much nicer. It's slower, yeah, it's definitely slower. But so was my Spark build, and I went with the Spark build because it felt safer to do. And so now I'm able to play the build that I like in a more limited capacity, but I'm still able to play it. And I don't feel like I'm going to die every 5 seconds, and it's nice. I've still had a couple of deaths because, you know, every once in a while just something happens, but I was dying more than I felt like I should have had to deal with with the maps the way they were before. So, unfortunately, I think they really need, if I'm going to focus on waystones, right? If I want to focus on farming waystones, they need to make the numbers higher, because it's like everything else that relies on chance for me. I'm still only getting like 1 waystone a map, even though I've switched over to like add like another 50 or 60%. I don't know, 50 or 60%, but I don't know. What did I do? Let's take a look at it really quick. I added this, so 4. I added 4, so that's 12, right? That's 12, and then I think I had another couple of. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Even still. Anyways, I have what? 4, 12, 16, 20, right? I have there's 20% right there of chance for waystones to drop. I thought I had more waystone options in here, but they really need to make it so that you can focus on waystones, because I'm tired of having to go buy them, you know? I'm tired of having to go buy them. Let's go finish this map. Get this done. Focus, focus, focus. Die. Just die. Please just die. How many freaking mobs are there? Is there this one here? What did I miss? I really hate these ones where they go underground like that. They need to go back and adjust this so that it can't spawn mobs that are not visible 100% of the time. It's a massive waste of time to have to sit there and wait. Like, you don't realize, oh, there's something that's underground. Let me walk around for 5 minutes waiting for this thing to show up for me. It's really annoying. So we still gotta kill this Serpent Queen. I guess she's here in the middle. Oh, never mind. She's over this way. Let's run over this way and go kill the Serpent Queen. Now, this is one of the more annoying bosses to fight. Excuse me. I find that she does a lot of damage. In a short period of time. And she can be difficult to hit. I didn't mean to do that. Come on, just die. Come over here for a second. Try to avoid that. I really need to address the mana problems with this build. Come on, just die already. Sometimes it's better to just walk around and keep dropping orbs of storms until they just go away. I don't know. The way that the single target is supposed to work with this character, it just isn't clicking in my brain, and I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't get how it's supposed to work, and that just makes it hard to do. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had fun. Hit the like button. Subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. I no longer have channel memberships, but you can still leave a tip with that thanks button if you enjoyed this video or you just enjoy the channel in general and would like to contribute. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for our next video, and I'll see you then.